Hello, my name is Courtney James, and I'm here with Gary Lohman, the VPX of 9 Mile Metals, and Patrick Cruickshank, the CEO. Hello, you guys.
Good afternoon, Courtney.
Hi, Courtney.
Hi. So I'm glad to get some time to chat with you. I know that we put out some news yesterday discussing the progress of the BEM surveys at the Wedge in California Lake, and I'm just hoping we can talk a little bit about where we're at with that and what is coming up for 9 Mile Metals.
Yeah, I think you can see from the press release that we've been exceptionally busy over the last few months. We started with the borehole surveys, and we've gone into doing our ground electromagnetics and also a large drone program. And all these are all happening around the same time. So it's adds a little bit to the logistics, making sure that lines are cut properly. We're staying ahead of the geophysical crew on the ground. We have to deal with weather because certain days they can't fly the drone if they've got high winds and rain. Also, you can't be in the bush operating equipment during thunderstorms. And it's just, it is time consuming getting all this done to a point where I think I mentioned in my quote, having all of the data together in one place at the end, we'll be able to look at this project. And I don't want to say project area. This is a regional undertaking right now. We're dealing with from north to south, we're probably about 8 kilometers, and you're probably 5 kilometers in width. So we've got numerous targets. It's our western portfolio, part of our eastern portfolio, and at the top is California Lake and the Wedge at the bottom. And getting all this data together, the amount of data is a lot to start with. And now we're going to add in borehole EM. We are going to have ground electromagnetics with plate modeling. We're going to have detailed close space magnetics with 3D modeling. And as part of this, not only is it data collection, it's processing by EarthEX. That is a lot of data to crunch, and it could take just one of the individual programs could take a couple of weeks to validate and do the modeling. Then, just for electromagnetics, then that has to be Maxwell plate modeled. The magnetics has to be loaded in, and all of this is now going to be dovetailed with the drill program and the historic drill results. So we'll have a good picture of what we've got, especially at the Wedge, where we had great success in drilling VMS there, and up at California Lake, where we've always looked at that sort of nose, that flexure in the late time electromagnetics as a target. Now we're going to get a grid over top of that, and we've got conductors on both the west and east flanks of it. So it's like I say, it's time consuming, but we're getting a lot of work done here, and we'll be ready to drill in the next phase.
Great. So we're at a good position to, create a roadmap for when the drilling begins, where we're at now.
Yeah, we're just waiting for EarthEX. I assume we're going to be at least another couple of weeks to get all data consolidated. And the magnetics will be a separate report. The EM at California Lake, separate report. The Wedge, that'll be a little more involved because they're integrating all of the our drill data plus the Cominco data. And there, as the results showed, we had good VMS intersections, especially to the east, where there was very little drilling by Cominco. And that's where there is that moderate to strong conductor that they've identified between holes 5 and 6. And we want to see how far that extends to the east, and getting the scale of this down. Yeah, it's exciting, but I know it's also frustrating just because of the volume of work being done and just time lags. But there's some of that we can't help with weather and just people on the ground.
Yeah, for sure. And Patrick, do you have any update on how things are going here?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got to understand our mission with this regional geophysics program was to this is the second stage advanced processing, right? Where you fly the drone, do the ground-based geophysics. If people remember, you go back to California Lake East and just all the reprocessing and EarthEX megatem data and how successful that was in phase 1. And we drilled and hit 8 out of 11 holes. We acquired property. We believe target 6 is a source to those drill program at target 8. So what we've done is taking a monster geophysical program, like Gary's explained, and you've got the ground-based, you got the drone, the airborne, you got borehole, and it's not just, putting it in a software program and 20 minutes out, you get this picture and there's a target and off you go drill it. It's interpretation by Daniel Card and his geophysical team, and also their algorithms, their proprietary technology. And it's incorporating, like Gary said, the 5 factors, the historic, our current drilling, logs, the megatem, all that, plus these new surveys, and they all have to be integrated and give us the best picture, because at the end of the day, we're trying to de-risk our exploration program and spend our shareholders' money on the highest priority qualified targets versus, well, let's just go 10 drill holes. And let's just do it over here because we drilled, and let's just step out. Well, why do all the geophysics? We are in the correct fairway. It's a really great portfolio. We've identified our 11 trends, and in the press release, these were successful boreholes, right? The surveys. And on the Wedge, we've already confirmed an eastern extension that is unknown. We're going to get the output and deliverables on this from EarthEX on the boreholes, and then we'll have clarity with the ground-based EM grids over targets, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a part of 7. That trend, because EarthEX and most Jim Walker and everyone, VMS deposits, if you have a deposit, you start from that. They cluster. Look at the Brunswick 6, the Brunswick 12. Look at Heath Steel, Stratmat, Half Mile. They're all clustered together, and we have that at the Wedge. So everybody wants a new discovery, but there's nothing wrong with proving a deposit from the 50s is much bigger, and it's got satellite deposits and so on. So, and then we're flying the drone to get 3D subsurface modeling and all these together. We're very excited, but it is a huge undertaking, because when this is finished, there's your drill map for the next 2 to 3 years. Qualified. And again, we have to de-risk this. And I know shareholders want drill, but it's coming, and we got to be prudent about it. Capital markets are tough. We got to make sure we're spending our money in the most prudent and de-risked way. And, these programs have to be done, or else just go out and drill on opinion and theory. So these are really highly prospective targets, target 6, and we've got some lines over that. We got 3 and 4 where we know there's VMS, but no one's tested these. We got target 7, a new target. We've got the folded nose at Cali 10, which was identified by EarthEX with the strong conductors. And, again, it's very exciting. I know everybody doesn't see the updates we get, but everything is on track. We are happy with the timelines. You got to do it right. And, we're excited, and we're anxious too to get the results back. We do know that the borehole surveys were successfully completed on targets drill holes 1, 5, and 6. That'll give us a great view. Then the ground-based grid will give us even more clarity on the west and the western extension and that trend. And we couldn't be more excited. Couldn't be more
amazing. Well, I am looking forward to seeing the next steps with this, what the full picture looks like once all this data is compiled, and I appreciate you guys giving a little update.
Thank you. Thank you, Courtney.
All right, we'll chat soon.
you.